Welcome to Analytics with Nags. This is another video in the Catch Up with Nags series where I'm going to talk about two important announcements that Microsoft has made recently with respect to Power BI. So first one is all about admin APIs to determine access rights. So as the name indicates, it is used to identify who and all having access, what kind of access they have for different assets. It can be reports or any other objects in the Power BI services. Another announcement is related to backup and restore, that is for Power BI datasets. These two things we are going to discuss in this video. If you are new to this channel, hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon for notification. Before beginning to the topic, just I want to highlight this whole catch-up series is to give you what is happening in the industry to align with the current trend, and I may have or may not have time to do all these topics. That is why I put it in kind of catch up with Nags series as some kind of announcement or going through know the what is happening in the industry, right? So that is the main purpose of this video. So only if time permits I will make video on this topic. With this note, let's begin. So admin APIs to determine access rights, and you can see it is used to programmatically retrieve users permission information for most Power BI assets. So what do you mean by those? Reports, dashboard, datasets, data flows, workspaces, capacities. So all these things you are considered as some objects or assets in Power BI services, right? And you need to understand, after deploying everything together, sometimes after people will ask for who and all having access to this report or this dataset, remove those people because they have left the organization or they moved to some other department. So these kind of things will come into picture, and at that time you difficulty in finding this is you manually go to these datasets or data flows and check those persons whether they exist or not. So this becomes very complex unless you have a good list. So now Power BI come up with the API list, and that is using admin APIs to determine access rights. So once you give a query like this, API request, then it will return the list of users. From this you can able to find it and you can easily manage it. So this is the main purpose of this. So those who are very much interested in it, just check it out, this option, and it will be very useful to you. Let's talk about the second announcement, backup and restore of Power BI dataset. So basically you have a data set, and which is like a modeling part, a semantic layer of your uh, particular business logics, right? Where you write all those logics in a single place, and you can either use the Power BI data set from there or you deploy it and some others will consume it. This is the Power BI data set, and the thing is there is no way you can backup and restore like a database. If you're familiar with on-premise version, you usually need to take backups of your databases for disaster recovery for some other reasons. But here you completely relying only on Power BI and Microsoft. There is a point like a service agreement in Microsoft. There is no way it can not availability. I mean, the Microsoft is very secure, but for everyone's business security, they will need to take care of backups and restore for the safer side, right? So there will be always recommended that even though you trust Microsoft blindly, once you have a data set, but what happens, whatever data set is accidentally deleted or it goes wrong, right? It is not because of only the backup and restore is useful for disaster recovery, but also for accidental deletion or some other issues happen, right? So backup and restore always ensures your business process runs smooth. So till this point there is no option. I think we need to take manually and keep that different data sets in underscore backup or something like that. So here we have an option to actually backup and restore the data sets. How it works is like, you need to, this option is available for premium per user licensing, and you need to have a ADLS, that is Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2 storage account, and it should be associated with workspace or your tenant, right? So you need to have a storage account. Once you have this storage account linked to your workspace, then the automatic initialization of a backup folder is created in your storage account. If you're not familiar with what is storage account, Gen 2 account, just go and check my Azure playlist. I have recently started it. The Microsoft entire, it's a big data storage engine where you can store big data, right? I mean, it can be anything, like a blob storage, and it can be a page or different, there are different technology, we are not going to discuss about that. So once you have storage account and associated workspace, then you are good to go. The automatically Power BI will take care of it, and you can also take multiple backups. There is no option or in provision in Power BI services. You may aware of XML endpoints. I have created video on this, how you can connect to Power BI data sets from SSAS, SSIS, right? Using not SSIS, SSMS, SQL Server Management Studio. XML endpoints, the concept is like you can connect through Power BI data sets outside Power BI. That is the main purpose of it. Using XML only you can able to connect. So using XML endpoint, you can connect to dataset using SSMS or other tools as well. And for simplicity, I'm saying SQL Server Management Studio, and you can right click and backup. It is similar to how we can do it in Azure Analysis Service or in on-premises SSAS. So same concept here. So once you enable it, you can just say backup. That backup will be stored automatically in the storage account, as we have already created the backup folder. Once your storage account is linked to workspace, Power BI in turn will create the backup folder for you in the storage account. So this is the another feature it got announced, and it was a very important feature. What I'm trying to see from here is like, Power BI is daily, it is upgrading, right? Every week or every month there is a new announcement, and all it seems like they are trying to replicate all the things, putting the enterprise data warehouse they can try to implement in the Power BI. That is what I can see here as a nutshell, because all these features are why people still wants to go for on-premise or Azure Analysis Service and those factors. But bringing those features together in Power BI, that is what the roadmap I can see. So Power BI is growing, keep learning. I hope you like this video, and if you like it, press the thumbs up button and comment below for queries. Do remember that data is your asset.